Yes, yes, guys. Ryjack back. Another video live stream reaction to Man City's huge 1-0 win over Spurs. Away at Spurs, tough place to go. We've got our bogey team. They said on the call today, team that has beaten Pep the most in the Premier League, Spurs, which I'm sure you guys know is not a shocking thing to hear. How we struggle against Spurs and whatnot. But man, what a game of two halves. It's we basically Man City domination for the first 30, 40 minutes. We could have been in at halftime. I probably should have been 3-4-0 up. I mean, there's multiple clear cut chances that we just didn't take. Holland has a tap in goal in the 12th minute. Great, awesome. Before that, he had a shot on target that looked really good. Maybe could have done a little bit better. Followed his goal. He had another opportunity that was almost the same chance, and he just hit it right at Vicario. You had Savinho coming bombing down the right, getting a cross in, got it on his left foot, and just had a bouncer go over the bar. Really, really poor finish there from Savinho. At the end of the half, you had another opportunity. You had Mateus Nunes coming down the right-hand side, cross it in, and it's just a bad cross. I mean, he had Holland, he had Doku at the crossing opportunity that he just didn't connect on. So could have been four going into halftime, and the game, surely then is over, but it's not. And we go to the second half, and basically it's an entirely different game. You've got I basically switched almost entirely with how Spurs did in the second half. They had a lot of the ball, created a lot of chances, and man, Ederson, crazy game from him. What a couple of saves he made. Really won us the game, to be honest. And Ederson was just all around really good. Good long kicks, good saves, and I was majorly impressed with him for sure. So I will pull up the stats, of course, like I always do. Holland got the only goal, 12th minute here. You see the lineups. Ederson, man of the match. And I can't disagree, to be honest. I thought he was great. I thought he was phenomenal. Gets an 8.8 from FOTMob. And I, got to give credit where it's due. Guys had a, let's say, rocky season. He's got some opportunities where he made people thinking he should be dropped, people thinking he wants to leave, and maybe he does. I always talk about that, of course. There's the Saudi money that's available to him, of course, and maybe he's going to take it, maybe not. We will see, of course. Elsewhere, defense, I thought the defense was solid. Spurs did create a lot in the second half and probably should have scored. But in general, I don't think the defense was actually that poor. Nunes had a pretty solid game right back. He floated into midfield quite a bit and kind of created that 2-3 buildup that we've seen recently. So he comes inside, and you've got Nico and Kovacic there. And then Vardiol was actually more advanced, like he kind of always in. There was other times when he was back, and maybe Kovacic was pressing forward a bit. Interesting lineup, like I said, no Foden, no KDB. Foden did come on, but no KDB today. Holland gets his goal, has a decent rating, probably should have had more. And then, of course, you have the controversial, is it a goal, is it not a goal, is it a handball? What's going on there with VAR? Weird end to the game. The VAR took at least 6-7 minutes. It was so slow, which is, as annoying as always, but there was some major confusion at first with, is it a goal? What was called on the field? And I think, as horrible as it was that it took so long, I think based on the referee's decision to disallow the goal, he said he saw the handball and ruled it out on the field. Go to VAR. Can VAR tell for sure that that his hand didn't make contact with the ball? Not really. Can he tell for sure that he did make contact with the ball? Not really. So when you have no evidence either way and you have nothing conclusive to say, I think you have to go with the on-field decision. Now, how the heck he saw a handball in there, I don't know. That's more shocking than the VAR not overturning it to me. It felt like it was, jammed in there, and surely you would just let it go and then go to VAR. But, ref says handball. So the call stands, which I think a lot of people have problems with over in England. Over here in America, we have a very, I guess, different, and nobody really criticizes instant replay here. But basically, if you can't tell, call on the field stance. That's how it is in almost all sports here. So for me, I guess based on the field call, that's what you go with. So not a huge deal to me. It didn't make a huge difference. We win 1-0, of course. However, we had a bit of a mental bozo moment right following the goal being ruled handball, where Spurs go flying down the wing. Son heads it on to Popsar, and he really should score, but he heads it over, and we're really lucky to not concede in basically the last kick of the game. We send it long, and full time is called. So, it's a 1-0 weird game, like I said, where we dominate the first half, they dominate the second half, and we win at 1-0. So you got to take those when they come. It's what they are sometimes in the Premier League. It's tough to get wins against anybody, so I'm happy. I take it. We are squarely sitting in the top 4, the Champions League places. Again, we're at 47 points, sitting on 4th alone on points. Chelsea 1 point behind, Newcastle 3 behind, and Bournemouth, Brighton, Fulham, Villa, all close, of course, within 5 points of us. And we only trail Nottingham Forest by 1 point, Arsenal by, 7. So, we could get up to second in the season. Arsenal are struggling. They drew today, didn't create anything. And again, they've been really poor with all the injuries. I don't want to say I feel for Arsenal because you guys know how the Arsenal fans are, but the injury sucks, man. It sucks when your best players get injured and you can't continue competing like you are when you have them. So anyway, next up for City, what have we got? It's the FA Cup, of course. Let me click here. Upcoming fixtures: Plymouth Argyle, Saturday, 12:45. I'll be doing a live watch-along, of course. Would love to have a bunch of people in there hanging out, watching us move on to the next round, hopefully. Hopefully we see Echeverry ball. He is set to be included in training tomorrow. Oscar Bob will be in training as well, so maybe he gets sub-appearance for both of them. That would be awesome. That's what I'm looking forward to seeing, hopefully. And, you never know with the FA Cup. Plymouth did beat Liverpool last round, but Liverpool's side was severely lacking. It was definitely not their strongest side by any means. So hopefully we put out a strong enough side, maybe give Holland a rest, and then see what we can do. Before I go, I do want to give one specific player a major shout out. Abdikadir Kusanov. What a baller that guy is. Man, he has gotten so much stick from people talking about his, shock horror debut, whatever. But the guy is a baller. He is so composed on the ball. He's so pacey. He's so powerful. He's got confidence back. The guy is mega. What a signing. He was only 30 mil or so, 35, whatever it was that we paid to Lawns for him. And the dude just looks like he fits right in. People like him, apparently. Pep says he's really well liked in the dressing room. Pep said for the game today, he showed up, didn't have anything with him. He was strictly business. So, that's something you love to see. Confidence growing for the 20-year-old. Hopefully he develops into one of the best center backs in the Prem and in the world. And, I hope we just keep playing him this season. Let's give him a run of games here and see what's going on. Yeah, WLM in the chat. He's so good. Facts. I totally agree. He has been balling since the Chelsea era. And fair dues, the Chelsea era was bad and whatnot, but it's been so overplayed by the media. You have Rio Ferdinand talking about how he just doesn't have it. Following that, you can tell whatever. And then you have Julian Lescott saying things like he's had a rough go so far. And it's like, that's just not true. You don't watch the games, bro. He has been one of our best defenders since he's been getting a run in the team. And, man, I'll think he'll play for the rest of the season. Totally agree. I'd be playing him as much as possible. I mean, you have Plymouth, and you have Forest, then you have Brighton, Leicester, United. I mean, there's only 10, 12, 15 maximum games left. So for me, just play the guy, man. Ake is an injury risk. Diaz is an injury risk. Stone's out for the season, possibly. Um, Akanji's out for the season. It's just give the guy the minutes. He's looking awesome. I'm very pleased with that signing, and I do wonder if it was more of a Hugo Viana signing or a Cheeky signing. I don't know how often Cheeky looked to League and found these like young up and coming players. I mean, I know we got Bernardo Silva from there. We got Benjamin Mendy from League but they were a little bit older. Surely, I have a tough time remembering that far back. But Bernardo was, I want to say he was an international player at that point. Like he was a little bit more well established, and Mendy was like a French international as well. I think I could be wrong on that, but not very often that Cheeky went in and found someone from Lawns, 20-year-old. It wasn't really his style. So maybe it's Viana. Maybe I'm just, overthinking it, and it was Cheeky, and it was Cheeky masterclass again, as we have had one of the best technical sporting directors in the world. But with him going out this season, maybe it is Viana, and this is the type of signing we're going to see going forward. So would be awesome for me personally to see more Kusanov. Chat wants more Kusanov. So ideally we get more Kusanov, It's how we roll. Anyway, that is my recap for the game today. I appreciate any new subs. We've been doing really well. We're getting close to 70. New goal of 100. But we're right under the cusp of 70. Shorts have been doing really well. We got a couple hundred, I think 600 views on a couple of shorts that I've done. So I'm going to keep doing more of those. My short tonight is going to be about Kusanov, of course, after he had a mega performance today, and he's just been getting so much crap. I feel like I want to get it out there that this guy deserves some respect from our fans and whatnot. So anyway, I'll be back tomorrow. More news, giving my thoughts on the FA Cup this weekend, of course, and I'll be doing a live watch along, like I said, Saturday. So tune in to the channel to watch the game with me. Love having you guys around and interacting with the chat. It's the best part of doing this. So anyway, City win, back in the Champions League spots. Things are looking good. Now we're on Echeverry watch for the FA Cup. Hopefully he plays, as well as Oscar Bob watch, because, man, we need some Oscar Bob. I need some Oscar Bob. I need some Echeverry in my life. Anyway, appreciate you guys. I'll be back tomorrow.